ever wanted to start a business but feel stuck and don't know how to start? I want to get you from idea to income in less than 90 days so you can change lives and make an impact while earning money. My name is Barbie Jo, and welcome to Passion to Profit. Welcome to our training tonight. Tonight is the mini training. We do these every week. So today we are going to talk about the elegant sales pitch. Hi, everyone on Facebook. We are on Zoom tonight as well. So if you would like to see our slides, I suggest you hop into Zoom and then you can follow along with our presentation. All right, let's admit everybody. And I'm going to share my screen with y'all. Here we go. All right. Okay, guys. How's everyone doing? First of all, there we go. We are here live. We are doing this mini training. We do these weekly, every Thursday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 4:30 Mountain Standard Time. And these are just a quick mini training just to get a taste of what we teach inside this group. All right, so I'm assuming everyone here tonight is already in the industry or wanting to join the industry of professional organizing, right? And more specifically, maybe wanting to become a luxury home organizer. And that's what we specialize in. So let's dive in. Today, we're going to do the elegant sales pitch. All right, you're going to learn how to land 80% high-paying clients without sales calls, without sales experience, because I'm the first to admit I am horrible at sales. Horrible. Just the word alone used to make me just sweat, right? So I have no sales experience, but I've learned how to do it in a way that is very refined, very classy, elegant, and doesn't feel salesy. So that's what we're going to talk about today. Now, don't forget, at the end of this webinar, you are going to be offered something really cool. So I highly recommend you stay to the end. I promise it will be worth your time. And I know we are surrounded by distractions, right? So I recommend maybe silencing your phone, maybe shutting down your emails. Try to focus as best you can. I know it's tough, especially when we are so good at multitasking. But if you give me your complete attention, I promise you will walk away with value. All right, now you're probably wondering, who am I? And why am I qualified to teach this, right? Well, I am Barbie Jo. If you can see my slides, these are actually my children. I'm a mom of 5. I am married to a farmer, and I have been organizing. Oh, good grief. I have been organizing for 3 years with an online business, but I've been doing organization my entire life. So it wasn't until recently that I learned that I could charge money for this talent, this skill that I'm actually really good at, and I've been doing my whole life, right? So you know what I did? I did just that. I turned it into a business. I took all the training I could. I invested probably over $50,000 learning how to run a business, set up a business, market a business, and all the back end stuff, because I wanted to do it right, because I needed to step into a position where I could support and help financially in my family. Now, along the road, life took some turns and I ended up getting certified as a life coach. And I also learned that that is such a useful tool when organizing homes, because people have such an emotional attachment to their stuff that it just worked hand in hand. It was something that I ended up using quite often in my organizing practice. So now it's something I recommend other organizers get certified in as well. And then fast forward to the pandemic, and I started a podcast in my closet. And now it has turned into a regular thing. We publish weekly, and we are going on like episode 100 here coming up soon, which is very exciting. So that's a little bit about me. Now, how did I learn this? Well, first of all, my last child entered school. And so now I was home alone, and I was like, what am I going to do with my life? I'm the go, go, go type. I just have to be busy doing something. And I thought this is a great time for me to find something to contribute to the society, to contribute to my family's finances, and to find that kind of like that fulfillment in my life. And that's when I hired my first business coach. And she said, okay, what could you see yourself doing for the next 10 years? And I was like, organizing. I love it. I'm surrounded by it. I've been doing it my whole life. She's like, there you go. There's your business. So that's where it started. And I remember the first time I was like, okay, I am open for business. I'm a professional organizer now. And I had major imposter syndrome. Because I was like, who am I to call myself a professional, right? So I had to get over that. I had to get out of my own way, and we'll teach you how to do that a little later on. But that was my first roadblock. Then my second roadblock was I was so excited to be open for business and so desperate for clients that I was taking anyone and everyone that had a pulse. And I learned very quickly that there are some people I definitely do not want to waste time working with. And there were some people that I loved working with. And so I said, okay, we've got to refine this system. So I'm only working with the people I love to work with, that value my time, that value their money, that have no problem seeing the value in what I'm offering. So that's what I did. And from that moment on, I became a luxury home organizer, attracting high-paying clients. And that is all I will take on. And some people would argue, well, you're limiting yourself. You're leaving money on the table by not taking on all the clients. But you know what? That's actually not true. I actually started booking more clients, and I've gone on to help other people do the same. As soon as you start realizing your value and your worth, other people will see it as well. So let's get into that. Let's dive in. And that is what single-handedly changed my business, was working for my ideal customer. So I will teach you how to do that. Here we go. You are here probably because you want to quit your day job so you can work your dream job, set your own hours, make the money you've always dreamed of. Maybe you want to turn your part-time job into a full-time job. Maybe you want this hobby of yours to turn into a part-time job and then a full-time job. You know, it could be any of the above, but you realize you have this passion, you are really good at it, you have this talent. What can we do with it? Or maybe you've already started your own business and you've been going for years, but you're not getting the traction that you would like. Okay, great. Then you are in the right place, because you might feel concerned, right? You're already doing everything in your power, but you're not booking clients, or you don't know where to begin to get clients to all of a sudden now be open for business. So that's what we are going to dive deep into, because I want you to know, first off, it is possible to have a calendar full of ideal clients in less time than you think and in less effort. So I'm going to share with you my process and what I have found to be true over and over again. Here's what you need. We are going to discuss 3 things that you need to believe. So this is not a waste of your time. Does that sound fair enough? So let's uncover these 3 things. They are: selling is serving, you are enough, and less is more. So what do I mean by that? And why? Why are we doing that? Because we want you to have more joy. We want you to have more time for the things you love, less stress, more fulfillment. Maybe start that hobby you've always wanted to, because we want you working smarter and not harder, right? Some people think, well, if I'm going to get all these clients, I'm going to be working to the bone. I'm never going to have time for me. No, that is not true. That is not true. We want you to enjoy your life while you're building a successful business. So let's dive in. Okay, I need you, first of all, to believe that selling is not doing something to someone, but selling is doing something for them. What do I mean by this? Okay, now you're open for business. You've got this amazing service that you want to offer people, but you're afraid to do it because you think selling is doing something to someone. So we need to shift that mindset that selling is actually doing something for someone. Now, why do we believe selling is kind of an icky word? Well, have you ever been in a timeshare presentation? That'll do it. Have you ever had a door-to-door salesman that doesn't take no for an answer? Or remember the like telemarketers that would call your landline right in the middle of dinner time? Like that kind of gave sales a bad reputation. But I want you to understand that selling is serving. That is my mantra. Selling is serving. I used to get so nervous when I had to sell something. But then when I stepped back and realized, wait a minute, I'm just offering to serve them. It took that pressure off of me. Because if you think about it, what are you trying to do for your client? You're offering them peace. You're giving them less overwhelm. You're creating calm amongst chaos. You're giving them less anxiety. So right there, those four things sound like serving to me. That doesn't sound like something that you would like force upon me. That sounds like something I would willingly accept. And that is what we are doing as we provide our services to people. Okay, now I want you to think about who you want to serve. Who? Not anyone. Not anyone and everyone that has a pulse. No. I need you to get very specific, very clear in your mind who it is you want to serve. Maybe it's someone struggling with a particular need. Maybe it's someone who lives in a specific neighborhood or community. Get very specific. And I want you to get so specific that you're like identifying where they hang out, what restaurants do they eat at, where do they shop? Give them a name even. Like, sounds crazy, but I promise you there are multi-billion-dollar industries that do this very practice. And that's what they keep as their standard for bringing on new clients, purchasing new products for their establishment, for their store. They keep that person in mind all the time. And they'll ask themselves over and over again, is this something Jessica would want? That's the name of my avatar, my ideal customer. So I encourage you to name your ideal customer. Who is she? Who is he? What do they like? Are they outgoing and fun? Are they open-minded? Do they enjoy spending time with their family? Do they enjoy vacationing? Like, get very specific who it is you want to serve. Okay, now we already talked about this. Timeshare presentations ruined selling for everyone. I remember my husband and I've told this story before, but we saved up for our very first vacation without children. We were so excited. We were going to Cancun. And we made all the reservations. We made all the arrangements for our kids and carpools and meals and everything so we could go and have a great time. Well, we arrived in Cancun and it was gorgeous. We were at this beautiful resort, white sands, crystal clear blue water. It was amazing. And we see, right as we entered the resort, a big sign saying free lunch. And we're like, sweet, we want a free lunch. And it says, just attend this timeshare presentation and you'll get your free lunch. And we were like, sweet, we can do that. Because it said at the bottom, 1 hour presentation, a 60-minute presentation. So we were like, all right, that's not bad. So we signed up. We got the most blasé lunch we've ever had. And then we got sucked into a 4-hour selling presentation where we were pitched at for 4 hours straight and they would not take no for an answer. And we walked away from that experience so frustrated and so upset that we have basically lost a whole day of our vacation for a free lunch. So, okay, there might be some experiences like that in your history that have given selling a bad reputation. Ooh. Okay, I want you to meet my daughter, Ada. She's 10 years old and she loves a good lemonade stand. Every weekend, she would do a lemonade stand and she loved doing it. And she would make a killing. She'd make her sign, she'd stand up there and dance around anytime a car would drive by and flag them down, wave them over. And she was really good at getting traffic to her lemonade stand. But one day I noticed the traffic was not coming. And so I was going outside to offer to help her clean up. And she turned around, picked up her pitcher, picked up the stack of cups, and took off down the street. I was like, what is she doing? She went door to door offering people a cold glass of lemonade. And you know what? She sold out in no time at all. But she showed me right there determination, courage, and the fact that she could accomplish what she set out to do. And she was teaching her mom a huge life lesson right there, because I often let fear stop me because I don't want to inconvenience anyone, or it's uncomfortable, or I'm just unsure they'll like what I have to say, right? How many times do we let ourselves stand in our own way? And here she was, 100% convinced that her lemonade was wonderful, and who wouldn't want a glass of lemonade on a hot summer day? And she didn't let anything get in her way. And so I, from that, took that I need to adapt that mentality to know that what I have to offer is just as good as a glass of lemonade on a hot summer day, because it is. It is that good. Okay, now the second thing I need you to believe here is that what you need to set your prices is not the price point. Price point is not the most important part of the sale. It is not. I've had so many clients come to me and they're like, oh, I want to get started, but I just don't know what to charge. So I'm researching my competition and they're charging, $60 an hour. So I think I'm going to charge $45 an hour in hopes that they'll get more customers, right? Wrong. That is not how it works. That is not how it works. You cannot let your competition dictate your price point. You are enough and you are unique. What you have to offer is not going to be what your client has or what your competition has to offer, because you have a whole set of skills that they don't have. No one has the life experience. No one has the talents and the gifts that you possess. So you are bringing something completely new to the table. So what do you do when trying to figure out your prices? Okay, I want you to value, first of all, your time, value your knowledge, value your skill set. And then I want you to think about what it would cost your clients to not work with you. Okay, think about that. Have you ever thought about that? By you not putting your value into the world, what is it costing people to not work with you? Mental health, anxiety, relationships might be sacrificed, their social life. Maybe they're embarrassed to have people over. Maybe they're medicated because their anxiety is through the roof and they just can't get a handle on it because their surroundings are so chaotic. So it's actually costing them a lot more in the long run to not work with you. So now let's value your time. How much is your time worth? What is it costing you to leave your home? Maybe you're leaving a loved one, a parent you're caring for, or children, or, what is it costing you? Then what is it costing you to travel to that client? The knowledge you have that you're going to be sharing, what did that cost you? And your skills, the skills you've acquired over your lifetime, that's pretty valuable too. So you need to weigh in all of these factors when considering price point. But I don't want you to stand behind the belief that your price is what will sell you, because that is not true. Yes, there are people in the world that will shop around for the cheapest bargain. And more times than not, you get what you pay for, right? So why not set the bar higher, deliver more value, and charge more? you'll be attracting the people that actually value what you have to offer. And you kind of weed out all the bargain shoppers. Okay. Now, me, when I was 30, I started to lose my hearing significantly. And they couldn't find out why, because they said, your ears look fine. They look totally normal. They're healthy. We don't know what the problem is. So then I found out through doing a little research in my family line that we actually have a genetic disorder or hereditary trait, whatever you want to call it, that our stapes bones calcify over time. And then they don't vibrate like they should, and then they can't receive sound. So I went with this information to my doctor and I said, could this be the case? And he said, absolutely, it could be the case. And we have a procedure that can fix that in less than 30 minutes, and you'll be able to hear like that. And I was like, oh my gosh, you mean I can get my hearing back? And he's like, yeah, we can totally do this. And I was like, okay, I'll pay whatever it costs, because I'm exchanging money for a miracle. I will give you money to be able to give me hearing. Can I get my hearing back on my own? No. So at that point, it didn't matter what the price was. I was willing to pay it. And so you need to think of the same thing when you're offering your services to somebody. It's usually someone who cannot do it for themselves. So in this situation, you were the doctor serving the patient who cannot do it for themselves. They don't know where to get started. They don't have the answers and the solutions. They can't see the end result. That's why they need you. Okay. Third thing we need to overcome here is that what you need to create your offer. Most of us think it's the amount of things you have to offer to add to your packages that has to do with your sale. But in reality, that's not the case. Because if you're throwing in everything, I'll come and organize your house, sure. And while I'm at it, I will walk your dog and wash your car and fold your laundry and do all these other things as a bonus. That is not what you need to do to get a sale. Sometimes we think that that's the case, but it's really not. It's really not. If you need to just let your value speak for itself, let your reputation speak for itself, let other clients who have come and gone before, let them speak for you. Less is more. You need to make a name for yourself and then let that value speak. Build a reputation with your business. And how do you do that? Through your clients, through the results you are giving other people and putting out into the world. How do you collect that? Testimonials. Testimonials are gold. You have to collect the testimonial. So then other people are singing your praises, and it's not you just saying, well, I'm fantastic. Why shouldn't you hire me? Then you have other people saying, no, she really is good. You should hire her. Because that speaks more. That will be the single best marketing tool you will ever have in your arsenal, are testimonials. Go back and get as many as you can from anyone that you can. I remember when I first started organizing, I had never done somebody's home officially. So what I did was I asked people to leave me a character reference. And they did willingly. They were like, sure. So they drop a couple sentences and send it to me, and basically letting people know that I was hardworking, I was honest, that I delivered value, that I was easy to work with, all these wonderful things, even though it said nothing about my ability to organize, because they didn't know. They were just speaking on my character. And even that alone is a selling point for somebody to choose you over your competition, because what other people are saying about your character. So that's where you could start. And then tap into any past resources. If you have clients that you've done work for in the past, reach out to them and say, hey, would you please mind leaving me a review or a quick testimonial? They have no problem doing that. And then you can incentivize it too. We'll get more into that later. But I want you to think of less is more. The market is telling us consume, consume, consume. Throw in the bonuses. We consume. Throw everything in the kitchen sink. I ordered Cutco knives for Christmas. I just wanted the knives, but they threw in a cutting board and oven mitts and an apron and all these things. I'm like, yeah, these are great, but guess what happened to them? I totally put them aside because all I cared about were the knives. Same thing about our services. Okay, like Christmas morning, do you remember being a kid? Like the night before Christmas, you can't sleep, you got butterflies in your stomach, and then finally the sun comes up and you are up. And you were like, let's do this. You go, you wake up your parents, bring them downstairs, and you see a big mountain of presents, right? You're diving through these presents. Do you remember the 14 things you unwrapped? Probably not. But you remember that one favorite thing you got. And then that day you opened them all. Were you playing with all 14 things at once? Probably not. It was probably just that one thing that you loved so much that you ended up playing with that whole day. Less is more. Less is more. Okay, so my favorite example of this is the circus. Barnum and Bailey, Cirque du Soleil. They both started out under a tent on bleachers, marketing to families and children. They both had the concession stands, the popcorn, the peanuts, the sawdust everywhere, the animals, the clowns, the trapeze artists, like all the things, the music. And then Cirque du Soleil was like, wait a minute, we want to set ourselves apart. How can we do this? So they ended up taking away the tent, they took away the bleachers, they took away the concession stands, they took away the clowns, they took away the animals, and they ended up charging quadruple the price. How did they get away doing that? Because now they're offering a more quality experience, but they simplified it first. Does that make sense? Okay, so if selling is not about doing something to someone, and selling is not about price point, and selling is not about creating this abundant over-the-top offer, what is selling all about? Selling is helping people with the thing they already desire. So I love to use this visualization. You open a steakhouse. People are coming through your doors to get steak. So of course you're going to offer them steak, right? Knowing full well that's what they came here for. You're not going to try to offer them ice cream or sushi. They're coming to you for steak. So offer them a good steak. Same thing here. Same thing here. All right, now how do I get someone to believe that you are the solution they want? We're going to teach you how to elegantly land your clients and in less time, so you're making more money. Now, how do we do this? We do this through the tasteful transaction. This is a 5-step process that I have developed that you can't get anywhere else in the market. You have to come to me to learn the tasteful transaction. And we are going to dive deep into this 6-step tasteful transaction at our next half-day masterclass, which is happening March 10th, I believe. Yes. So let's get to work. Who wants to learn the tasteful transaction so you can land your ideal clients? Who wants to do it? Now, are you ready? Are you ready to learn how I can help you implement the tasteful transaction? Are you ready to turn your hobby into a full-time business working part-time hours with clients waiting to get on your calendar? Because that's exactly what we are going to do. So let's get started. I want to present to you the tasteful transaction. We are going to dive into getting and attracting those high-paying clients. I will teach you my 6-step system on how to do that, which we do time and time again. Okay, but for today, because you guys are here with us today, I want to offer you something special. I've put together this special package for y'all that are here. I want to give you my ultimate branding workbook. Now, this is a workbook. It's valued at $97, but it will walk you through step by step how to create a beautiful brand for your business. So you're showing up consistently. So people are starting to associate brand recognition with you and with the service you offer. It is so important and like a foundational piece for any successful business. Second, I want to give you my Client Keeper Planner. This is valued at $47. It's a 12-page downloadable planner, and you can have it just to keep organized, to keep your projects, your consultations organized. You know, it's just another thing, another tool to help us out, right? And then I want to give you my Fortune Formula templates. Now, these we had to hire a CPA to put together these templates. They're formulated already, so I am sharing them with you. It will help keep your bookkeeping so organized and so beautiful. And it's like bookkeeping done for you, because you're going to need to start keeping track of your books once you start booking all these clients and you have all this money coming in. You have to be organized about it. So we want to get you organized from the ground up, so you're not going back months and months trying to sort through your finances. This is valued at about $297. And then I want to give you my contract. This is my polished contract, and I'm giving it to you in a form of a template. So you can pull out my business name and put your own business name in. And then there are areas for you to plug in your clients' names, and you can use it over and over again. You can edit it easily. So you are now covered, so you can protect yourself, protect your clients, and you look so professional, and you're legally bound when you go in to do every job. Now, this is valued at about $997 because attorney fees, whew, those are astronomical. But last and foremost, I want to give you 60 minutes with me, Q&A, back and forth, 60 minutes before the masterclass begins. So we're going to hop on Zoom 60 minutes before we open up to the general public, and we get to go back and forth. You can ask me your questions. We can dive deep into situations that you're currently experiencing. You get to network with other successful leaders in the business that are also VIP ticket holders. And this would make you a VIP ticket holder. And you get just this private exclusive session. And that is valued at $500 an hour. That's what it costs to work with me one-on-one for an hour. Now, I want to give all of this bundled together. I know we talked about bundles, but this was worth $12,000 retail value. And I want to ask you, would it be worth it to you? $12,000. Like, would you pay $12,000 for everything I just told you about? I know it was a lot. But we're organizing your contracts, your bookkeeping, your branding. We're planning your days. We're getting your days organized. And then you get an hour session with me, with other VIP ticket holders. So it's a very small group of people. Would it be worth $12,000 to you? If all this did was give you financial security, would it be worth it? Or if it gave you more time to spend with your family, would it be worth it, $12,000? What if it just gave you pride in your accomplishments, or gave you fulfillment and joy? Or what if it gave you the confidence to quit your 9-to-5 because you know you're stepping into now a successful business that you own and run? Would it be worth $12,000 to you? Well, I'm not going to charge you $12,000. So relax. But even though that's what it's worth, I am not going to charge you $997. And that's what it sells for retail. I'm not even going to charge you $297, which most people are probably assuming I would charge. For being here today, I will give it to you for $97. $97. But I will say the first 5 who purchase right now get 50% off. How does that sound? So run and grab your card. I'll give you a minute before I drop the link in the chat to give everyone a fair shot. Does that sound okay? All right. Let me grab the link. Is everyone ready? Are you ready?
I have a question. Can I ask you?
Sure.
So I already did the 97 this morning, but it was at the VIP. Is this a different offer?
No, so good question. Great question. Once you are a VIP ticket holder, you are a VIP ticket holder for life. So you get to keep coming back as a VIP.
Mm-hmm. So do I get this promotion plus the one that I already paid, or do I need to pay for that separately?
If you've already purchased it, you should already have all of these things.
I'm confused. I don't know which one I bought. I think I bought the Mastermind.
Yes. So this is for the half day event. So let me just drop the link in chat. Is everybody here? Is everybody ready? Let me drop the link in chat. First 5 get it for $95. Here we go. Not 95, $45. Let me pull up the comments here. Why is this so confusing to use? Okay. We love technology, don't we? Huh. No, cancel. Okay, here we go. Bam, it's in chat. So VIP, it is called VIP. Once you are a VIP ticket holder, doesn't matter when you purchased it. If you purchased at our last masterclass or you're purchasing it for this masterclass, it's all the same. You are still a VIP ticket holder. We will honor that and we will let you come back because we do these masterclasses every month. So you will have access. You should already have access. If you've purchased a VIP ticket, you already have access to all of the things I just talked about because you probably purchased it here at one of our mini trainings. Okay. So for those of you that are interested in getting all of these wonderful tools to help your business get off the ground and get set up the right way, this is what you're going to want. This is what I would absolutely recommend doing. VIP. I wish this was around. Holy cow. When I was starting my business, because this kind of takes all the guesswork out for you. So you should all have access to contracts now. You have access to the bookkeeping templates. You have access to all these cool things, the branding workbooks, the downloadable planner. And then remember, you get special access now to our next half day masterclass where you get a full 60 minutes of Q&A with me. So you got to show up. We'll remind you, we'll send you out emails to remind you, but you have to remember to show up, like put it in your calendar, plan it, and be there. Set reminders. We'll remind you too, but it's easy for people to fall through the cracks because of emails and texting and things go to spam. And anyway, but we try our best. We will post it multiple places. We post it on Facebook, on Instagram, email, we'll text you. We'll do all the things to try to remind you about the masterclass happening in March. And we will do them. We do them every month. All right. So who's ready to get a VIP ticket? Just go to the link. We changed the link. So it's in the chat. I dropped the link in chat. First 5 will get their VIP ticket for half off. All right. Any other questions? Does anyone have any questions? I will say people that have come back to our mastermind over and over again have learned new things every time they come back. And then if they've purchased that VIP ticket, they get that 60 minutes of extra time before every masterclass, and they are able to ask their new questions. And it's great. It's really an awesome opportunity to take advantage of. Time is very limited, especially when you're balancing life and families and work. So we really treasure this time and we really try to take advantage and utilize people's time to their best capacity we can. All right. Any questions? Any questions from Facebook world? All right. Well, you guys are awesome. I hope you all have a great week, and we will see y'all next time. All right. Bye. Thank you for listening to the Passion to Profit podcast. If you loved it, please let us know so we can create more content that will be useful to you. We would also like to invite you to our free masterclass on attracting high-paying clients. Just visit barbiejoe.com to register for our next free masterclass so you can start filling your calendar with high-paying clients and step into a full-time business and not just a hobby. We want to show you how to make more money in less time.